Welcome, Water Pack, to the best tier list video you're gonna watch today. And as a white male, a dedicated member to the suburbs, I think I am very qualified to give my opinion on what we are going to do today, which is the ultimate white rapper tier list. Today we are going to discuss hip-hop's most iconic and maybe some of the newest white rappers to bless the game with their rhymes. Some people might think that white rappers have been plaguing hip-hop for a long time, but you know what? There's some fire ones out there, and there's definitely a lot of trash ones. So today we got a little tier list, and we're gonna see what the rankings are. Here we go. At first glance, we are already missing some people, so we'll do the honorable mentions at the end. I didn't make this tier list. Somebody on the internet made it. I mean, if you don't know how a tier list works, like who even are you? S is the best, F is the worst, everything else you figure it out in between. Okay, first up, we got the boy Macklemore. Okay, Macklemore won a Grammy. Okay, so there's something to be said about that. Macklemore is... you know, yeah, Macklemore, we all know Thrift Shop. He had some pop music in there. I mean, Thrift Shop was a banger, right? Bruh. Thrifters around the world, I'm sure they absolutely love that song. But Macklemore, I think he's a nice guy. He said that Kendrick should have won the Grammy, so for that reason, I think he gets a C tier. Raff. Now, Raff on a music scale, Tiptoeing in My Jordans was an iconic piece of art. But Raff as a person, as a personality, is just absolutely infectious. I mean, he is a legend. He has blessed me with a lot of YouTube content. I'm gonna say Raff is for sure a solid B tier. I mean, get your back zesties, you know what I mean?
Get off those back zesties. Get off those back zesties. I know that's right.
Raff is just the GOAT. Yelawolf. Now, Yelawolf is actually somebody to be taken relatively seriously. His music is fire. I think he was signed to Eminem. He's actually a very talented artist. I don't know. I don't want to say I used to listen to him, but I used to be a little bit more aware of what he was doing in like my early high school days. I think I kind of was like, oh, he's cool. He's kind of like this country white dude, and he could spit. But Yelawolf, for sure, on a skill level, is pretty good. He's pretty good, and his music is definitely listenable and solid. Next, we have Action Bronson. Action Bronson, again, a great entertainer. He moved on, but actually not in like a sarcastic way. He had a great show. I believe it was on Comedy Central. Yeah? Does anybody know what that show was called? I don't remember what it was called. Probably just like the Action Bronson show. But super fire artist too. Probably more known for his lyrical ability. Great cadence, great delivery, great punchlines. Really, really solid. I would say Action Bronson for sure is an A tier white rapper. ICP, Insane Clown Posse. I mean, on a music level, I don't think I'm bumping ICP. I don't know that I ever have been like, let me turn on ICP. But I respect the branding. I respect, you know, staying true to themselves. I think that ICP gets a C tier for the branding. But on a music level, it's pretty weird. MGK these days is not much of a rapper anymore, huh? He's more of like pop, like a alternative emo punk kind of artist now, not so much doing the rap thing anymore. And when he was doing the rap shit, I'm not gonna lie, bro, I liked MGK at one point. I liked MGK. I'm not even gonna cap. You know, I was saying, yeah, bitch, call me Steve. Oh, like I was about that for sure. I did like it. In recent years, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna listen to MGK over Macklemore 100%, but I'm gonna listen to Action Bronson before MGK for sure. Lil Peep, come on. Yeah, bro. Peep has gotta be S tier. Peep is S tier, bro. Too influential. Too legendary, paved the way for a lot of artists, was really ahead of the curve with the emo rap sound. I'm gonna be honest, man, I don't really get back into the old Peep stuff because I just feel like I've moved on from it. At one point I loved it, and RIP to him for sure. I think that Peep would have been a great artist. I think he would have evolved and tried to make different stuff. Yeah, man, Peep is S tier for sure. Lil Dicky. Oh man, Lil Dicky, bro. I definitely have had my my hate on Lil Dicky for sure in life and in his career. As he got bigger and as he just got more developed as a personality and artist, I feel like I started to understand him a little bit more and I started to like him a lot more. I think musically, he's so talented. Like, he's a great lyricist. If you look at any of his freestyles, like, he's super, super fire, really creative. His music videos were always creative. Not the best music that I would really listen to in my own time. And on top of that, he's got the new show Dave that I haven't checked out, but I've heard nothing but great things. I feel like Lil Dicky's got to be an S tier. He's got to be. Or A tier. I don't know. What do you think? A or S? I mean, if we're bringing in entertainment and stuff, anytime you make these lists, you got to consider more than just the music. All right, A. I'm gonna leave it at A because a lot of y'all are saying A. I'm gonna side with y'all. Token, probably one of the smaller rappers on here. Not a lot of you really know about him that much. He's definitely like the lyrical spirit, you know, he's all about that for sure. A good guy. He's kind of known as like the YouTube rapper or whatever, but he's talented, man. He's talented, and he's not like one of those dudes that's anti mumble rap or whatever. Like, he's cool. He's got a good head on his shoulders, and from what I've heard, it's actually pretty good. I think Token gets the B tier for sure. Mac Miller, come on, S tier, bro. Think about Mac Miller as an artist from the time that he was a XXL freshman in what, 2010 or 2011, to Faces, to what the hell was the album In the Mirror, Watching Movies with the Sound Off. You think about that, you think about Faces, think about Kids, think about Blue Slide Park. All those, like, he really was good at changing his sound and developing a new sound for every project. A great album artist Mac Miller was. Yeah, I was a fan of Mac Miller since day one. Not even gonna lie though, as I got more into YouTube and doing my career, his music kind of slipped away from me. Like, I didn't listen to him that much when he passed, or up until he passed, which, kind of made me feel a little guilty because I was like, man, I wasn't really appreciating, his newer stuff as much. I was kind of stuck on the old stuff. But yeah, Self-Care, I did obviously spin that. Phenomenal artist, man. Mac Miller is S tier for sure, and I think I would consider him very highly A tier for a regular list. Suicide Boys, very influential in the underground rap scene, very fire. I think they're no doubt an A tier. Probably some of my favorite like listening to artists on this list so far. You put Suicide Boys on at a show or something, like, that shit's gonna go hard. They're dope. Beastie Boys, I mean, they gotta be S tier, right? Like, they kind of set the tone for the white boys. I mean, you got to, right? Beastie Boys been on White Boy Summer since 1994, right? Shout out to the Beastie Boys. Post Malone, I mean, he's definitely an A tier. I think that eventually Post Malone will reach S tier. I don't think he's quite there yet. I don't know. I just think it needs more time. Like, he's a pop icon. He's a pop sensation, of course. He's done a lot of great music. He's super talented. I don't know what it is for me that isn't putting him in a no-brainer S tier, but something about it just isn't for me right now. But he will be there. Lil Xan, sorry my boy, not the worst, but gotta be E tier. Sorry Lil Xan, but I never heard a Lil Xan song all the way through. Eminem, I mean, come on. You can clown the man all day, right? We joke about how Eminem is this and that, right? But like, come on, goated. Probably, I think the first album I ever bought was an Eminem album. I think the first rapper I ever listened to was Eminem. Look at the man's numbers. Look at his track record. Legend. For sure. If there was another tier above it, he would be in that tier. He really should be in a tier on his own, but we just don't have enough. But he would be one step ahead for sure. Logic, man, Logic gets a lot of hate, man. Logic is an A tier artist. Now that I think about it, he's not really a white rapper. He's mixed. I mean, his complexion is white, but he's mixed. And I know he doesn't identify as a white rapper, but he's an easy A, man. He gets a lot of hate. Again, I'm not gonna lie, I was a Logic fan, bro. I was a big Logic fan when I was 14 because I got put on to him through Call of Duty montages and shit, through the FaZe Clan, and I loved Logic, bro. I was that kid when I was 14. I was like, bro, he's bringing back the 90s sound like Logic, bro. He's got bars and everything, bro. That was me. I went to Logic concerts, bro. Like, I was a certified Logic stan for like 2 years, bro. It was kind of crazy to think about. And then after his first album, Under Pressure, I think Under Pressure is a great album albums still. And the next one, I was like, ugh, really was a big miss for me. And then at that point, I was kind of just like, I had been a little bit exhausted from Logic's music after that, because I had been like, I was like such a stan when I was a really young kid. As I got older, I just kind of liked him less and less. But also he gets way more hate than he deserves. Like, he's also a really nice guy. He's a great, he's a dope dude for sure in A tier. Iggy Azalea, F. On God, I'm playing Lil Xan before Iggy Azalea. I don't even know an Iggy Azalea song. I'm so fancy. I'll give her even. I'll put her even with Lil Xan. Maybe that was a little mean, but Iggy's E tier for me. NF is next. I don't know how much y'all know about NF. I don't really know too much about him either, but he kind of is on the same level as like Token. I would take that with a grain of salt. I don't really listen to him that much. I know he's like a Christian rapper. Like, he's kind of like clean. A lot of people love him, and like he's very talented. So Pouya, I think Pouya for me stays in B tier. I definitely would not listen to Pouya over Suicide Boys, but Pouya is dope, and there are a handful of Pouya tracks that I do really like. I think just for me, he's around B tier. Last one that I know of, because I didn't really know of any of these people, is Vanilla Ice, and Vanilla Ice is most definitely F tier, bro. Come on, bro. Vanilla Ice, dog. Okay, so we have some honorable mentions that I'm gonna edit in the YouTube video, because they're not on here because I didn't make this tier list. Somebody else made it. We got Jack Harlow, baby, and Jack Harlow is already an A tier for me. He hasn't even put out that much music. He hasn't even really been super relevant to my life for that long. I mean, I've probably known all of these rappers longer than I've known Jack Harlow, but so fire. Definitely an A tier artist. I think he's gonna evolve into a really dope artist as well. A lot of potential for Jack Harlow. A totally feels right. Next, we have Paul Wall. The Dirty South legend for sure deserves at least a B tier for me. Could even maybe be an A tier, but I think just for me personally, on a listening level, I mean, then again, B tier feels right. I'm gonna do B tier for Paul Wall. Next, we got G-Eazy, and I feel like G-Eazy is a D tier artist for me. Actually, we'll do this. We're changing it up. Macklemore and ICP are in D tier. I would probably listen to G-Eazy before I would listen to Macklemore for sure. This feels a lot more right. G-Eazy is gonna own that C tier spot. Tom McDonald is going in F tier based on how I feel about him personally. I think his music is horrible. I think he's cringe. Then again, at the same time, I do have to be pretty objective, and I can respect that he built a brand and that people really like him and all of that. I would probably listen to Vanilla Ice before I would listen to, the hell's the name? Tom McDonald. Maddox. Maddox has a lot of growing and changing to do, but Maddox is in B tier for me. Maddox is doing some weird stuff these days. A lot of interesting ideas I think that he's laying out, and I think he's gonna make some really cool stuff. He's only like, what, 16, maybe even 17? He's got a lot of potential, bro. Maddox is gonna do something dope. For sure. And Young Gravy. I think Young Gravy is also in like a B tier for me. Young Gravy's cool. He makes like funny music sometimes. Sometimes it's serious, but it's like, or not serious, but sometimes it's a little bit, it's not like trying to be funny, but great beat selection. And I don't know, Young Gravy's just got like some swag to him. Slim Jesus. Slim Jesus is C tier for me. You know what's crazy about Slim Jesus? I remember when Slim Jesus blew up, and like a lot of people were saying how he's like lame for putting the warning, everything in here is props, they're not real guns and shit. And now that's like such a standard for music videos to put that warning label in there. I just find that funny. Like, everybody thought that was so lame for him. And honestly, Slim Jesus kind of like goes hard. He ahead of his time a little bit, like, as weird as that sounds, he kind of was. Slim Jesus, the white soldier boy. Oh yeah, isn't there like Asher Roth too? I don't even know, bro. Asher Roth would be like C tier. He had one song. You got Sam Adams. He would be like Sammy Adams. He'd be like D tier. I don't even know a Sammy Adams song, and I don't know who any of these people down here are. I apologize to all of these people. Sorry, I don't know you. But Bad Baby. I mean, low key, I'd probably listen to Bad Baby before Macklemore, so I guess I would put her in C tier. But yeah. That's it. You could disagree with it, but you're wrong. Your opinion is wrong. Just remember that. Mine is 100% right. I'm the only person certified to do this list. Everything I said is, you can't argue with it. This is facts. It's actually not even an opinion piece. This is just a fact piece. Yeah, that was the white rapper tier list. Thank you for watching.